Stress and ADHD are a nasty combo. Today, let's talk about ways to de-stress. Give me 5 minutes and I'm going to walk you through some unconventional tips for relaxation. These aren't the ones you always hear, I promise. Also, I have a free video training that you can watch, which will show you exactly how I go through step 1 of my 4-step framework with my clients to help them kick their ADHD to the curb the natural way. Just drop me a line below and I'll reach out and send it your way. For those of you who don't know me, hey, my name is Julie Saad. I'm an ADHD and nutrition coach who's certified in functional therapeutic diets. In a nutshell, I help my clients reduce their ADHD symptoms without relying on medication so that they can go from frazzled to focused and get fit and find time for fun. So, stress can make ADHD worse, and ADHD itself can make us feel more stressed. Great. So clearly we need to make de-stressing a priority. Here are some tips. First off, pay attention to make sure you're not using excessive stress as a way to get yourself to do things. Some of us use stress as a way to spur ourselves into action. For example, procrastinating on something until it's urgent, or staying up late until the stress of being so tired kind of pushes you into getting started on that project you'd been putting off. I invite you to ask yourself if you might be relying on very high levels of stress to motivate you. If so, ask yourself how sustainable that actually is. And if you notice that it's a pattern, then you can begin to take steps to change it. But step 1 is actually bringing your awareness to the fact that you're using stress to get yourself going, if that turns out to be the case. Next, it's important to be skeptical of traditional advice. Not all of the standard stuff works for us folks with ADHD. For example, some people may find that sitting on the couch and watching a movie can be very relaxing. For me personally, I find it depends. If I'm kind of stuck thinking about something and that's stressing me out, then yeah, it can distract me and reduce my stress that way. But if I'm having more of a physical feeling of stress, like it's in my body, and not necessarily because of any one thing, then I find that watching a movie does little to relax me and can actually stress me out more, especially if I'm watching the movie with someone, because then I know I'll have to control my fidgeting so as not to drive the other person nuts, which then, well, just stresses me out. Also, please hear me now. Meditation. If you suck at meditation, please don't beat yourself up about it. Meditation is one of those things we always hear mentioned as a way to deal with stress. Some of us with ADHD can benefit greatly from it, and some of us are really adverse to the idea of it. Some of us have even had adverse effects from it. In my case, I tried mindfulness meditation and it actually made me see violent imagery in my head for the first time in my life and totally freaked me the F out. Not cool. If you like the idea of meditation but are having trouble with it, I recommend just starting with simple breathing exercises instead. One that I like is to inhale for 4 counts, hold it for 7 counts, and exhale for 8 counts. So 4, 7, 8. How long do I do it for? It's usually less than a minute. Yep. I'm all about the bare minimum when it comes to this stuff. Now, while breathing exercises definitely take the edge off, hands down, the number one thing that calms me down is doing something that requires movement. This could be going for a walk, dancing around the house, jumping up and down, or doing some kind of chore around the house. Now, as I say that last one, I'm shocked that those words are coming out of my mouth, as cleaning has never been my forte. However, if I tell myself that it's my mini therapy session instead of this thing that I have to do, it's a bit easier to get started. And I find that even just a few minutes of putting things in their proper place really chills me out. So to recap, in order to reduce stress levels in an ADHD brain, we want to 1, treat the underlying ADHD, and 2, find the stress reduction techniques that work specifically for us, even if this means a bit of trial and error. If you have found anything that relaxes you and helps you deal with stress, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Now, if you don't know this about me already, the first part in my 4-part framework for reducing ADHD the natural way is through dietary therapy. And the diet that's considered the gold standard in the treatment of ADHD is the ketogenic diet, or keto for short. I've created a free video guide that you can watch that shows the exact steps I use with my clients to get them started on keto for mental health. It's free, no email address or opt-in form required. Just leave a comment and I'll send it your way. Thanks for being here. Have a happy and healthy day, and comment below if you'd like the guide.